Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, welcome to the Delinquents Show. Why am I doing that? Chuck Norris passed away. Yes, Chucky.
Oh, savage.
Woo. The Delinquents Show. We're back. It's March's edition. This episode could be brutal, but to be honest, if you don't like uncomfortable truths, switch off. We're talking facts. We're talking questions. What we say is gospel. I'm sure it is gospel. Yes, big guy. What we got for today? What is the name of our show today, Big J?
Well, after what we've released in the HQ Centre, for those that don't like it, now's the time to press fast forward to the second half of the show, which will be about EuroCup and GB teams, because this first half is about the Book of Secrets.
Woo, the Book of Secrets. I love that, the Book of Secrets.
The Book of Secrets is what we've presented over the rules, regulations, BWB Finances. That is the ultimate Book of Secrets.
And there's a lot of secrets here. That is for
sure.
There's a lot of show. So let's rock and roll, man. Let's not wait. Let's get going.
Let's start with the simple one. 2.4 million.
It's a lot of dough in.
2.4 million.
It's a lot of dough in it.
Sounds healthy.
What we could do with 2.4 million. Woohoo!
Oh.
We'd do a lot.
Until you realise over 90% of it is actually funding. Public funding.
So we get 2.4, so 90%, what's that, about 2.3, 2.2? My maths ain't good.
Yeah.
My maths ain't good, so that's what it is. I'm just going to go and put some more light on. I look like I'm like Savage Garden here, it's dark. Yeah, so it's a lot of funding.
Well, the key thing is this. If public funding stops,
we're fucked.
Yeah, we collapse.
We're fucking goosed. Because it doesn't look like any other revenue. The sponsorships that they've got doesn't look like anything near what they will need. And some of the sponsors, they've got mobility. We don't know what that sponsorship is all about. Because it doesn't seem to be in the funded brackets.
No, it's not. But they sell it to the public in the write-ups and at this, that our major sponsor. Can't be major. There's no major funding in the financial sheet coming in from Motability.
Yep. No.
So how can it be a major investment?
The funny thing is, all the sponsors, the clothing sponsors, whatever others, you don't see anything going in the balance sheet.
No.
Like if you got a sponsor, you know, like our team, Liverpool, they get sponsored by Adidas, 10 million a year, whatever. You see that 10 million, what the fuck are we getting?
Well, I'll tell you the biggest one that jumped out to me. Universities are paying $4,000 a year to play in the WPL. And we've already highlighted it. The WPL's falling on its arse. And they've now allowed a normal team in Mohawk.
And they fucking won it.
Have they paid the $4,000?
And they fucking won it.
Yeah.
That's what makes it. Yeah. Have they paid the $4,000 one? And how did they actually get in? If it's meant to be universities. The other thing I don't really understand is, We have this Bucks League, which is for universities. So we've got 2 university stuff, one for women and one for everybody. I'm confused.
Yeah. But why is the 4K not in the spreadsheets?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It has to be, because it's money coming in. Them universities are paying, so there has to be a track of it.
Yeah.
Has to be.
But why would they? Why would they pay to do something that's that we've always said, or BWB have always said, is their baby? I don't get it.
Well, it is their baby. You go on BWB's YouTube channel. The only games that are listed are WPL games. There was one on the other night, which I decided to take a little investigation look into, which was Worcester Wolves against Cardiff Met. Now, as we know, Cardiff Met have been absolutely bumfucked by everybody this term. You know, great coach as well, by the way. But in the 4th quarter, the score was tied.
What?
You didn't know this, did you?
No.
With 2 minutes to go in the game, on the bar at the bottom of the screen, where it says Worcester Wolves and Cardiff Met Archers, the score said 0-0, because it said that throughout. It never changed. The flagship of the nation, the WPL. But going back to the money, let's 2.4 million. Let's get that into perspective. We bring in 56k from revenue of the league, but 331,000 it costs to run it.
Well, that's a massive loss, about 275 grand.
831. Where'd you get that figure from? It can't be. What are they paying for this new? What did they pay for PlayWaz? What are they paying for this new one, Game Day? This system that it's fucking up again. No two ways about it. Because if you're a non-member and you're an investor and you go on the website and try and look up the results or the stats, well, it's non-existent.
But I don't
piss poor.
See. I don't understand, because obviously I'm with Basketball England coaching ours, and theirs is pretty simple to do, and I think theirs is shit. But theirs is pretty simple. You sign up, all the teams are on there. The results are live every week, and it's what is it called? Hold on, let me have a look on my phone.
Not PlayWaz.
No, it's called Hoops HQ. It's actually an Australian company that make it. So it's called Hoops HQ. You can see every result from Basketball England. On the day, it has live stats. You do everything. Why do they keep going to all these untried, untested?
So when you talk about the 275k loss, think of it this way. You know, we have that reserve pot. Well, last year the reserves pot dropped 155 grand. And it was described as prudent planning.
But what on? I wouldn't mind if you see the fruits of the labour, but what on?
No, but the point I'm trying to get is the league made 56 grand, but it costs 331 grand.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So like you said, it's 275
in the hole.
In the hole, yeah. But we have losses of 155.
I don't know, mate. It's
Okay, so the question is, are we building for the future, or are we slowly running out of money?
We're not building for the future. We're going to be like a dinosaur, extinct soon. If this carries on, it just can't carry on at this rate of knots, because we will be extinct.
We will. And that, I'm predicting maybe the year after LA, the shitteth will hitteth the fanneth.
Yeah, but the people that are there now will be probably long gone.
Oh God, yeah.
The only ones that stay around are the ones that don't know. They're not at that high position, and it's an easy job for them, because they don't actually fucking do anything. Let's get it right. They don't actually do anything. You know, over the years, and we go back over the years, the league hasn't got any better. It's got worse. They've implemented stuff that's made it even worse. The WPL is the biggest waste of money you've ever seen. It's not needed. You know, we haven't even got our own venue. Imagine all that money that we're hemorrhaging. We could have bought our own venue, basketball venue, with offices and everything. Fuck, it's just... There's a new company name. Explain. You found it, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, as you know, initially, GBWBA was a charity, weren't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Then
Still is a charity.
And then because of the money coming in from Sport England, UK Sport, they changed and stayed a charity, but were listed as a limited company. Under that umbrella of the limited company, that means they don't have to hold an AGM.
Yep.
Right. So then, when you looked on them sheets, it came back that they've started this new one, British Basketball Trading Limited or something else. Another. Now, if our national governing body has set up another company name, as in British Wheelchair Basketball Trading or whatever it's called, why have they not announced it? Why have they not told the members?
Because I don't give a shit about the members. Fuck you guys.
Now, the other key aspect of it is the people that are listed on it are currently 2 board members. So there's no real explanation given. When money moves into a separate company, transparency gets harder. Then, and members haven't been told what it's for. So what is like I said to you before, we were a charity, we became a limited company, and now we're this trading one as well. Why?
Is it like, it feels like they're the mafia laundering money.
Well, let's think about the key aspects of the money, because there's something not right with the money. You've got WPL 4K coming in from 4 college universities. That's not announced on the spreadsheet. You've got the league, which is running in the black by 275 grand. You've got the reserve pot, 155 grand down. And then on the flip side, in the last 2 years, the 13 highest paid members have upped the wage by 226 grand.
It's a good job if you can get it, lad. You know what I mean? It's a great job if you can get it, because they've upped their wage and looks like doing less work.
Well, something's not right. But, as we saw yesterday when we was on BWB's Facebook, despite the fact we're blocked.
You can't stop us.
Honest to God, these people. But we saw CEO is now with Sports Alliance.
Feathering her own nest, lad. Feathering her own nest to jump the ship.
Saint? What do you mean, Saint? She's feathering her own nest.
Of course, she's feathering her own nest. If things go pear shaped this summer, watch her jump ship. That's what it is.
What do you mean by things go pear shaped? Tell the fans.
If both teams fail to medal
at the
Worlds this year, because the Worlds is important, may not be to most people, but for a basketball player to play in your own Worlds, if it all goes pear-shaped, and it is very possible it could go pear-shaped, then she's feathering her own nest, because right now she's sitting on, they're all sitting on the men winning silver in Paris. Nothing else. You don't even know that the men won silver in Paris. You wouldn't know. You think it's the girls that won silver in Paris. They're all sitting on that.
Wish they did.
So they're all sitting on that. All of a sudden, then the next time they go for a championship is this Worlds. Yep. Because they're sitting on also the Euros. The men got silver. They'll go spouting out, oh yeah, the men got silver and the girls, done well. It's the Europeans. It's a qualifier. Nobody gives a shit about the Europeans. Let's get it right. So, if it all goes pear-shaped at the Worlds, she's already feathering a nest to go to her next destination.
Exactly.
And what happens? The same people stay Yep.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they do such a shit job. They've been there how many years? Some of them have been there 10, 15 years, have done such a shit job, but yet their wages keeps going up.
Yeah. Well, a key one, Joe Richards or Joe Ractivane, whatever her name is. Key one. How many titles has she had? She's even been acting CEO. Right now, she's participation director. Participation of what?
She's had more titles than fucking Harry Potter books.
We don't hold a tournament. I guarantee, looking at the financial books, when we got the feedback from our investigators, there's not a cat in hell's chance we can fund holding a major when they said they put a bid in for something not so long ago. Savage. But the Pierre de Resistance is this one. 0 complaints and 0 whistleblowing. Now this one is key.
Hold on. Just take a moment to think about that. 0 complaints recorded,
Yeah.
and 0 whistleblower. Just take one. Just let's have a pause on that. Bullshit. Absolutely, it's got to be bullshit. That is total bullshit.
Okay. Well, let's iron out some facts. I'm on the ban list. There's another guy on the ban list. Did someone whistleblow on him? Or how did you find out what he's done wrong to ban him? There's been 2 other people that bans have just expired on. London Titans are in the ban list with a fine for pulling a team out of a league. Sheffield Steelers the other week was in the naughty list. Well, did someone whistleblow on them? But your statement says 0 complaints, 0 whistleblowing. Now, we've already had... Sam? We've had someone write on one of the Facebook posts, well, that's a lie because I've complained. Well, let me tell you this. As you watch this show this weekend, next week's post we are going to make in the Delinquent HQ, we're going to put up live so you can read it, our complaint with the date on that we sent to BWB. And the response letter we're posting is the reply by Justine Baines. We're going to put it up there. And then in the write-up, we're going to show you all the failings in how they reply to us. The conspiracy just goes deeper and deeper. They're hiding in an office where no one answers the phone, where no one communicates with any other members. It's just I swear to God, it's a dictatorship. Yeah, it's what's breaking the sport.
I can't understand. There's no company, and even the best companies in the world will go a year with no complaints. Yeah. Think about it. These multi-million-pound companies who are doing great jobs. There's no way that you could have no complaints. It's a tactical lie. No way in Jose you can have complaints. We have complaints to ours, and we're only a little fucking like that. And people are complaining to us. You lot, we all know people that complained about Playwaz, which was the last one. We all know people that complained about this year's.
Yep.
So come on, man. Stop bullshitting, man. Let's get the truth.
That's what it needs. It needs the truth. And here's the true factor. Right now, we're being embarrassed by our own governance, which is IWBF Europe. When we posted and stated the fact that Portuguese League goes live on IWBF Europe channel, Bosnia League goes live on that channel, Czech Republic, all these other nations, let's remember one thing. Our British men have not been out the top 4 in the world since 1996. We're always up there in the elite. We produce the best. It's fact. Our men, not the women, the men, this is. Why are we not in it? I tell you why we're not in it. Because right now, the pecking order for what we send out to the world is flagship, WPL. Below that, the Bucks. Then you've got the Junior Championships. Then you've got the Invictus or the 3-on-3, what's coming up, the Commonwealth. Then after that, you might get the National League finals. Only the finals get mentioned. The Premier League doesn't get mentioned all year. And then to top it off, right at the bottom, is our national teams. It's a World Championship year. You said it yourself. Where's the build-up? Where's the promo? Where's the promo of it all? Of the national team?
What have all those got in common? I bet you don't know.
Income.
No, they all got in common is you can never watch any of them. Even though if you go to say, do you know what, I fancy watching a WPL game, you turn it on, fuck all there, nothing.
Yeah.
Can't watch it live. This is the flagship. You can't watch it live. The clubs are doing a better job than our own governing body. Nobody knows. Like, if I told my mate, who's really into basketball, we got World Championships this year, he'd say, really? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we was so far ahead of America 10, 11 years ago with what we were doing.
Yeah.
Now we're so far behind them. Did you see this weekend they've just had their national championships on a I don't know, it must have been 10 courts. Live feeds. It was a showcase. All the teams there. Everybody's having a great time. This weekend it's uni. It's the universities. You know, like their equivalent to the NCAA this weekend. So they do it great. They do it big. Everybody knows about it. You know about it. Do you know what I mean? We got a national league. Nobody knows about it. Are you going to get great feed? Probably not. Do you know what I mean?
What's just happened this weekend? What's just happened in the last 7 days? You've sat at home and watched the most pathetic performances by England football because they were friendlies in the build-up to what?
World Cup.
The World Cup, which was mentioned during all the commentary of the two matches. Where's ours? Have we got friendlies? Have we got something the fans
the other thing I
follow
want
the
to know
national team?
as the fans is, am I going to get to see my team on these shores before they go? Am I going to get to see them? Because I can't remember the last time I saw them.
Yeah.
Can you?
What, GB?
Yeah, in Great Britain playing. And if it does,
2015, weren't it?
Yeah, but if they are at friendlies, it's like a secret. You find out almost before it's finished. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
I want to see my teams. I really enjoyed seeing my teams. It was great when they used to take it around the country and you'd be able to inspire. You know, we got this another league, Inspire a Generation. How can you inspire a generation if the generation can't see the fucking game? Tell me that. Tell me that. The fucking cup's almost as big as your head.
Well, the only thing I can tell you regarding that, and not my cup, is it all comes down to income. The Bucks and the Inspire and the Motability are all funded leagues. The WPL, it has its investors. That's why they're the flagships. So all of them means the Premier League, the Premier Division of our country is right down the fish tank. Now, is that what locks us out of IWBF?
Of course it does, because
the Portuguese A-League gets filmed, the Bosnian A-League gets filmed, the Italian does, the French, the Spanish, all them.
But hold on, mate.
The German.
We had the EuroCup. I know we've done the EuroCup. We're going to do that a bit later. Our team's qualified. Nobody fucking knows.
Yeah.
It wasn't even publicised.
Well, why was there no write-up regarding how GB teams did in the EuroCup?
Because they haven't got a media person.
They have. Remember,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I applied for it, and they'd already filled the position. Someone's filled the position. What's changed? It's getting worse. Getting less now. You used to get. Remember, we ironed out why are they writing up about GB players playing abroad? Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Oh, Lee Manning scored 22 points for Galatasaray this weekend.
Not even getting that now.
Because we said, what's the point of hearing that? We want to know about the domestic league here. They stopped writing about GB players.
No, we get fuck all. It's a good thing we're here, though. It's a good thing we're here to keep the fans up to date on wheelchair basketball in this country.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we're here. I don't know.
But what we're saying, people who are members should start asking questions.
Oh, we've been there before, lad. We've been there before. They ain't gonna ask shit. They're shit houses.
Do you know what kills me about this? When I think back of all them AGMs we used to sit at the Nationals upstairs at Stoke Mandeville, remember?
Yes, I do.
They were all the think tank of the league. They were all, you know, you had the Tony Fentons screaming about something in the third division, or the league's not right. You had Alan Mansell's dad screaming something out. You had Dan Johnson and Colin Price. They were burping it up. Then you had Ian Laker. You had all the think tank there. And now look at it. You don't even have a voice.
Yeah, because they don't want to have a voice. We've been saying this. How long? What are we in? Season 4 or 5?
Yep.
I can't fucking remember. We're in season 4. We've been saying this since season fucking 1. Nobody don't want to do nothing. I don't understand why you want to do nothing. If you all would say, right, we're all not playing in the league, we're going to form our own league, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They don't care about you. They don't care about basketball in England. They do not care. All they care is getting their 56 grand a year in, treating you like shit.
Yeah.
You know, giving you fines for something that probably shouldn't be fined. That's all they care about. They're not there to publicise your league. The only reason they're actually there is because the men are keeping that money flowing in.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And you ladies out there, you can say whatever you like. You can say whatever you like. Whatever you like. The ladies' team, you're not the ones who are bringing in the funding. Believe me.
Yeah. Well, they
Believe
are.
me.
They do bring funding in for the WPL. And look at that. Look at the state of that.
Tiny.
Yeah.
It's a tiny amount. And your best hope, and all of you in that damn office, your best hope the men keep doing what they're doing. You've made a massive decision on changing who's going to be the coach. Your best hope he comes up trumps. Otherwise, we'll be sitting in here in 4 years' time or 3 years' time saying, where's our league gone?
Yeah.
Where's our league gone?
Well, to wrap that half of the show up, let me say this. It's all about people who get jobs that don't belong in them jobs. And our advert this week is about the same thing. We are going to show you a clip of our heroes, them folks at Talk Sport, where Ali McCoist and Jeff Stelling, during an ad break, get a joke sent in. And Shaban, who's the female presenter on the show, is just about to deliver the back page news. But the joke lands, and this is what we're saying about people in the wrong jobs. Have a look at the advert, be prepared to laugh, because we found it hilarious. And we'll be back after the break saying,
Hold on a minute. I always do that. You're taking me fucking job
I'm
away.
leading you in.
No, you haven't. You was just going to go to the ad break. Anyway, as usual, he's stolen my shit. Fucking dickhead. The ad break. We ain't got a sponsor. I don't think we need a sponsor. No one wants us. No one loves us. So, enjoy the ad break. We'll see you in part 2.
Shimmy, 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 yeah. Shimmy, 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 yeah. Shimmy, 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 yeah. Shimmy, shimmy.
Join Tesco Mobile and get business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big mobile networks. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps. For applicable terms and verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
It's genius! On you go! On you go! Our listeners, honestly, we had Paul earlier on, didn't we? You know, and now this is Gribbo from Charlton has just texted in. Sorry, this could take a while.
You're going to hurt yourself.
Oh, man, this is the best we've ever had.
Jeff's crying.
He says...
This better be funny.
He says, just seen former chess grandmaster Gary Kasparov in the cafe, Jeff. I asked him to pass the salt and pepper. It took him 26 minutes.
Oh,
Gribbo, what a star.
Magnificent. That is nothing short of magnificent, Gribbo.
Fantastic.
He's bawling his eyes out.
We just read it at the same time. Honestly, I looked at him and he looked at me. That is genius from Gribbo.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely love it. Well,
mate.
Follow that, Shaban.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't get it, but wrong time.
You don't get it.
I don't get it, but it doesn't even matter.
You don't
No,
get
seriously, because I don't want to ruin your fun. Don't let me ruin the fun. Don't let me ruin it. Okay, back pages for you this
Gary
morning.
Kasparov. It took him 26. It took him 26 minutes.
We're the only people who think it's funny.
I know.
Which is funny in itself.
Oh, man, I'm alive.
All right, sorry,
Oh,
Shaban.
Stop it.
No, it's just funny seeing you two so happy.
Oh, man, that was magic.
Good. Sorry to just bring you some proper back page rubbish now. Let's talk about.
Oh, baby, we like it raw. Yes, baby, we like it raw. Oh, baby, we like it raw. Oh, yeah. Yes, baby, we like it raw.
Yo! Jackie. Chuck Norris. In favour of Chuck Norris. If you guys don't know who Chuck Norris is, you should be ashamed of yourself. What a legend.
Well, I can actually tell you, our editing team are going to dedicate the intro to our World Championship show to Chuck Norris.
yeah.
Because the theme tune is going to be from one of Chuck Norris's films.
Go for it, Chucky. Anyway, enough of the serious stuff. Let's get back to what we actually care about.
Basketball.
Lager.
Lager.
So what we got, lads? Is it back
Well,
to the good old
as we know-
EuroCup weekend?
We had Champions Cup. They call it semi-finals or quarter-finals, whatever. We had the Champions Cup, so we were going to deliver the stats of all the GB players that played in Europe 2 weeks back. We've got GB teams in EuroCup 2. And we've got something from EuroCup 3
Have we got
coming
EuroCup
up.
1? Are we in EuroCup 1?
No. Well, this is what I was going to ask you, right? So, who won the league last year?
Nottingham.
Right. And they're in EuroCup 3.
4, 5,
4.
6. There's so many, I don't fucking know now.
Yeah, I think they're in EuroCup 4. Right?
Yeah.
Sheffield, Manchester Revolution, Sheffield Steelers, Manchester Revolution, and London Titans graced EuroCup 2.
It's that, you know what it is? It's the points thing we talked about last time. The points thing. Listen, IWF Europe, get your shit sorted out. The champions should be playing in the Champions Cup.
Yeah.
The next team should be playing in EuroCup 1. And the next team, EuroCup 2. And then 3, whatever. We've talked about this last time. But anyway, I'm not going to go back and bore the fuck out of you guys.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Okay. So, what we're going to do is talk about each of the British teams in Europe first and their results. And the first game we're going to talk about was a domestic battle. It was Sheffield Steelers against Manchester Revolution. Saint, let me tell you, I watched this game. It was horrific.
Yeah, I was in and out of this game as well. It wasn't
You've
great.
got John Staten as coach, Gary
he's not.
Peel as coach, Dan Johnson as coach, and for the entire game, Manchester Revolution dribbled down, passed once, and someone shot. It was awful. The chess game was played by Sheffield Steelers. They ran them off the court, they pressed them, they did this, they did that. It was awful, an awful watch. Absolutely awful. Now, when I say awful, let me tell you this. in that opening game, Robin Love started. He played 7 minutes. And in the 7 minutes she played, she never made the stat sheet. By the minutes. 7 minutes. And she didn't come back on till the last 7 minutes. And she played pretty good in the last 7 minutes, to be honest. Why she didn't do it in the first 7, no one knows. Lee Fryer, well, he was something else. He had a game. 3-pointers, shooting, driving, you name it. He ran Manchester Revolution off the court.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now,
Ran them ragged.
The two things that I've found about Manchester Revolution is this. One, how slow they are. You've got Abdi ball handling. You've got a 1-pointer ball handling. He's bringing the ball up on a made basket. Just change it, Dan. Change it. Gary, change it. John, change it. You've got all these coaches. Just change it. Martin Edwards can ball handle. Billy Bridge can ball handle. Robin Love can ball handle.
It was just a horrific first game for them.
Oh,
There was nothing good about it. Nothing good about it. Everything good with Sheffield. They seemed to know what they were doing. They're playing with, serious intent. You could see that they'd had a lot of practice sessions, Sheffield, to be fair. It looked like Manchester just picked up their players from off the street.
Yeah.
And said, let's have a go.
Then to top it off, if you watch a Manchester Revolution game on Hoops on YouTube, when they're at home, you'll hear this. And during the whole EuroCup weekend, we heard it. When Manchester Revolution are in offence, all you hear is John Staten. Yeah. 10, 9. Every time the shot clock hit 10, he's shouting it. Every time. If you think that's helping the team, you're just putting pressure on them to get a shot up.
Well, no, you're not actually. To be fair, you're helping the other team.
Why is Dan Johnson? Why is Dan Johnson just not turning around and saying, "Listen, that might have been needed when we used to play under the 30-second shot clock. We're on 24 seconds."
Yeah, but think of it. If you're the opposition team, it's great for you. You don't even have to worry about the shot clock because you can hear it. Somebody's shouting it.
Yeah.
It's easy. I can defend like that. All right, we got 10, then we got 9. And what happens is, for the offensive team, the pressure gets ramped up. Every time you shout, the pressure gets ramped up. And the amount of shots that they jacked up because of that, I don't understand it.
So then, there's the stats for Manchester Revolution in that game. Nothing jumps out. Like I said to you, Robin Lowe, she played 7 minutes. One half, 7 minutes, the other half. It was the shooting. I mean, look at the field goal percentage. 26 out of 70, 37%. They just shot on sight. It was awful.
The fact they had 70 shots is outstanding. Outstanding work.
But that was them. Anyway, I was expecting them in game 2
to do something different.
Yeah, well, they were going up against the dinosaurs. Well, they're not actually called the dinosaurs. They're called Pilatus Dragons. But everyone on the team looks about 50, 60.
Well, they look like they've been playing forever. I remember playing against 2 of them.
Yeah. Anyway, guess what? Same shit, different day. Manchester Revolution lost 52-57. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe it was a second half blowout. It should have been the Dragons that collapsed in the second half because they get tired. And they came good. Oh, it was awful. Absolutely awful. Stats in that game didn't read as bad as the first game. 24 out of 57, 42%. 9 turnovers. No one stood out. Nobody stood out in that game. It was diabolical. At that point, I was ready not to watch any more Manchester Revolution. And then they had the last group game. Guess what? They only went and won one, and they won by 1. They beat I think they're from Switzerland, Elan, Chalon. They beat them 50-51. Not bad. Not a bad result. It was awful watching Manchester this weekend. That weekend, it was just, I don't know, something wasn't right. Whether they were there for a jolly or something else. In that game, once again, they're shooting 45%, 23 of 51. But wasn't the best weekend.
I don't know. They had more actual coaches than other teams. Had lots of experience, but the team just played like shit.
Yeah.
And it was crying out for a ball handler.
So then we got to the third and fourth playoff they ended up in, and they met Platters Dragons again. Now, like I said to you, they should have tired out in the second half, the Dragons, because they're all old. Well, by the third and fourth playoff game, them guys needed cardiac machines. They were spent. So, as you can see, Dragons lost 40-70. Finally, a Manchester performance. And the stats there say 31 of 60. So they shot over 50% from the field.
Finally, but like, to be fair, I know you say finally, but the tournament's over. The tournament's over.
Yeah, I know.
The tournament was over on day one. You lost 2 on day one. The tournament was over.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's not talk about this, because I'll tell you who I did enjoy watching, actually. I did enjoy watching Sheffield play.
Well, let's go to them then.
They had something about them. They really
they
did have something about them.
So, as we know, in game one, they absolutely trounced Manchester Revolution. They won every quarter, winning 79-55. They just played. They had a game plan and they stuck to it, and it worked.
They played some good basketball.
Key stats in that game was they shot over 50%. Lee Fryer, 3 of 8 from 3-pointers. 8 3-pointers. So shoot on sight kind of mode. The other guy who I like for Sheffield Steelers, Tom Harvey, he had a decent game, 24 points.
Yeah, our young Thomas Harvey, yeah. And it was good to see young Bradley out there. You know, he's coming up the ranks now. I remember seeing him first, years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, getting his first chair. But they're doing some good things, I think.
Yeah, but then game 2.
I don't know how they lost it.
Well, we've got a clip for you. So we're going to implant the clip, and we put some educational stuff in. So have a watch of the clip of how Sheffield lost the game, because it wasn't just this game they lost, but this is game 2 against Elon. Have a look at the clip.
On the field of play. No, sorry. Still the same 5 in the team of the Steelers. Fryer. Steal by Juf. Quick pass. Milutin to Charlotte. And he misses that rebound, but they get the ball back. 18 seconds left. How could he miss that one? Free layup. Decisive free layup. Suhail Charlotte. My God. Charlotte. Finds Milutin. Nice shot by Milutin. 7.2 seconds left. Another timeout. A bit unlucky But they came back again. Somehow they find the way back. And they have a chance to win this now. 7.2 seconds. They need one good defense because they lead with 1 point. But they can lose everything because it's just one shot that can change everything in this game. 3 seconds left. Fryer is going to take the shot. And he misses it. It bounces around the rim. And there it is.
Right. So, as you see, that horrific cross-court pass by Lee Fryer. Why are they doing that cross-court pass? Because it's in the national team DNA now. TV do it all the time. And how many times have we battered the drum saying, put it through the point?
Let's
turn over chance. Through the point.
Let's turn over chance.
Yeah. And then at the same time, jumping out on that guy who just missed that layup. Why are you gonna? He's just scooped the layup and missed it and bottled it. Now the game clock's running down, and you jump out on him. I got to get a bigger layup. I couldn't believe it. Anyway,
gave the game away. To be
fair,
they
did.
They gave that game away, but they came back on
Game 3 was against Pilates Dragons, the old boys, and they put them to the sword. To be fair,
they made them look like what they are.
Yeah, they did.
Old boys.
Yeah.
They put them to the sword. Absolutely.
55-71. I mean, when you look at the score in the last quarter, Dragons 6, Steelers 18. Like I said, the Dragons are old.
And it made them look old. And then they made them really look old. And then what was it, the last game?
No, there's the stats. So, Sheffield end up in the final of EuroCup 2A or EuroCup B. EuroCup 2B, I don't know which one it was. Anyway, who did they meet in the final?
The team that they lost to.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, redemption's on the cards here, redemption's on the cards. Well, if you haven't seen this game, it's available still on YouTube. You have to go and watch it. The commentator is absolutely priceless because he's a foreign fella commentating in English. So there's so many seconds left, 7 seconds left, and the commentator says, right, if he's got to make 1 or 2 of these, if he makes 1, it's a 3-point game. Anyway, the guy, there's 7 seconds left. The guy missed the first free throw and then scored the second one. So he's saying, right, Kev Hayes will call a timeout now so they can advance the ball. No timeout. No timeout was called. Now, I can't tell if Kev and Richard Sargent had a timeout left, but why they never used it there and then if they had one. You've just got to say it. Even the commentator's saying, as they're inbound, what are they doing? What are they doing? And they inbound the ball and they throw it from 3 quarters.
And that's the thing with coaching, is Kev's the head coach, Rich is his number 2. The number 2's job is to tell him these things.
Yeah.
Not be there like a, what can I say? I don't even know how to explain it. A pretty picture. That's how he seems, a pretty picture. I'm on telly, whatever, a pretty picture. As a coach, you should always have a timeout available. Especially when you look at the score and the game's going like it is. You know, it's going to be tight. You knew it's going to be tight. You just keep a timeout just in case that situation happens.
Yeah.
Got 7 seconds left. That's a long time in the game.
Yeah.
You could advance the ball.
And it was a close game throughout, so you should have had one in the tank.
But I think sometimes coaches just use timeouts because they've got them. Not because they use them because they have to. They've got them. Like, I don't really, I've seen coaches use timeouts when the game's tied. I don't see the point in that. But I've seen coaches, I've seen coaches see their 10-point lead go away. They're down 10 and they still not use their timeout to stop the run.
Well,
do you know what I mean? I've seen that.
Well,
I've seen it
if
this
you've
year.
seen that, I'm going to show you something in a minute that you won't believe. So, that was Sheffield Steelers. And remember the point we're talking about, coaching. We brought it up in the first game, to be honest. Oldham Owls have 3. John Staten, Gary Peel, Dan Johnson. Now we're going to talk about London Titans.
I actually enjoyed watching them too, to be fair.
At times I did. At times I didn't. And I'll tell you why I didn't first. Before we go into it, let me tell you this. There was times in that game where the point defender for Titans was, let's say, 3 foot outside the 3-point line, defending the point man. And he's defending him while he's watching what's happening on the wing. And the wing's creating a pick and roll, and they're going in for a layup. Well, good job to the point defender, because you kept your guy out, but you didn't help.
Yeah, but he's watching. He saw it. He saw it, lad. He saw it. Yeah. And the thing is, I didn't understand is, the guy he was defending, was he a great 3-point shooter?
No.
So why are you out there? Why would you be out there?
Do you want me to tell you why he wasn't a great 3-point shooter? Because they did it in every game. You can go back. If you think I'm lying, just go and watch the 4 games of London Titans. The first game, he played Kielce. And they put him to the sword. 65-81. Titans won. That was the game where I started spotting the defensive errors, and I was thinking, down the road, will it come back to bite them? But, start off a weekend with a win. It was a good win.
Yeah, the thing is, if you start off with a win, it puts you in good stead, because you know the pressure's kind of off then, because you're trying to qualify for the finals.
Yeah. But then, like I said to you, I spotted the cracks in the defence. Well, it came back to bite them in game 2. So they played the Italians, Padova. And as you can see on the screen, they lost 66-68. I'm going to put up now the last minute where Titans have the ball and they're up by 2. Just watch this.
Pallone per Sili. E ora qualsiasi canestro può essere quello decisivo. Siamo nell'ultimo minuto. Clifton, la conclusione sfortunata, danza sul ferro ed esce, c'è ancora vita per il Millennium. Gambri si va in attacco. Pallone per Casagrande, da 3 punti, ci prova per il sorpasso sbagliato, c'è il rimbalzo però di Fofano, tap-in vincente da parte del capitano, 5 punti per lui a 66 pari. Rischio overtime qui a Piombino Dese, ultimi 30 secondi, pallone per Sili, va a cercare Clifton, l'1-2 Sili, poi Fofano gli strappa il pallone, la stoppata, poi apre il contropiede per Gambri che si invola a tentare di trovare il controsorpasso, non riesce a controllare, può tenere palla fino alla fine il Millennium, non avrebbe senso accelerare la conclusione, anche perché in questo momento rientra Sili. Ultimi 4 secondi, Raurai ci prova a servire Fofano, il tiro sulla sirena, segno! E qui ci sarà sicuramente l'istante.
So as you've just seen, that's how they lost the game. Now, there's a part of that clip we're going to highlight later in the Delinquents special, what the fuck moment, because, like I said, we'll mention it in the show bit. But you can't throw a game like that. You cannot throw a game like that. Do you know what? You know what was the killer for me, Saint? When they went down, the Italians, and tied the game, and then Titans had an offense with 30-something left on the clock. Matt Seeley goes in for a layup early in the shot clock, gets squatted, gets knocked out his chair, and they go and attack 5-on-4 for ages, right? Would you have wanted them to play out the clock, even though the game's tied? Or was Matt Seeley's layup cut worth it?
I would have played the 24 second and get a shot at the end of it.
I would have played the 24 seconds.
I would have played the 24 seconds and get a shot at the end of it. It wouldn't be a burp up. 24-second, get a shot up at the end of it. If we score, great. If we don't, at least the ball's live, so the clock's going to tick down. It was way too early in the shot clock. It wasn't the greatest shot to take.
Yeah.
Could have got a better shot. Just wait, because the pressure would have been more on them. As the shot clock's going down, they'll be in more panic mode. You know, I would probably set a double screen on one side and have the shooter behind the screen. And then that will cause them to dive out, and then you just dump it inside. But you got to have brains to do that. They threw the game away, to be fair.
They did throw the game away.
Tossed the game away.
The one
and
thing
again, John, there, you got, what's it, 3 coaches?
Well,
on the team.
We'll get to that in the what the fuck moment later, because I'm gonna nail all 3 of them. Gonna nail them in the what the fuck moment. But the what the fuck moment has just happened in that clip. So if you want to press rewind right now and go and watch that clip and think you can find out what the fuck moment is in that game, go and have a look. But other than that,
or just wait for the what the fuck moment.
Yeah, because we'll show it for sure. In fact, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to expand it. But that was game 2, so they lost it by 2. Game 3, redemption. They went up against the Turkish team. They got a solid win. Solid win. Same defensive mistakes were happening with the point defender. Like you said, they've got 3 coaches. Hopefully one of the 3 gets time to watch the games and iron out what they're doing, making mistakes in defence, because it just happens all the time. But that was a good win against the Turks. But what that did, it put them in the final. And in the final, they go back against the team that beat them in the last minute, Padova. And this time, Titans absolutely destroyed them. Blew them out the court. 68-44 win. So Titans advance to the finals.
So we've got 2 finalists. We've got the Sheffield Steelers going to the final.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah, they're going to the finals. The 2 finalists went to the final.
Oh,
they went to different league finals, though.
Ah, right, okay.
So I think Sheffield have gone to EuroLeague 3 final, and Titans are in EuroLeague 2 final, as the Oracle here says.
Well, one of the weird things about that was I saw the finals listed the other day. I don't know if it's EuroCup 2 or EuroCup 3. There's only 7 teams listed.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it 7 and the host, or is it 7 altogether?
7 altogether.
How does that work then?
I just don't know. I should have looked into that before the show, but yeah, 7 teams listed in one of them.
So yeah, decent weekend for us British teams. You know, it's a bit weird. Mine find it weird is how Manchester and Sheffield end up in the same group. One of them have gone to the EuroCup 1, and then we got, you know,
yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. There's too many teams from the same countries in the same qualifying stages.
Yeah,
in the pool. You know. Anyway,
well, look at it highlighted it in this opening game. Sheffield Steelers against Manchester.
Do you know what? To be fair, do you know what? I don't think that's ever happened when we were playing. We were never in the same
we weren't.
Qualifying session. I don't remember. I remember at the finals, but even in the finals, if there was 2 British teams, you were kept apart. So I don't know how it's going now.
No, I don't get it. Nobody does, to be honest. Same with the points thing. Okay, then. Build it up.
This is how you go. Build it up, build it up, build it up. Don't forget Chuck Norris. Chucky. Come on, Chucky. This is the what the moment.
Yeah.
And it's an unbelievable what the moment. You
well,
won't believe.
It's a trifecta what the fuck moment. I'll tell you why it's a trifecta.
Whoa. 3 what the
there's 3
moments. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So the first one, we're going to show you now. And it was in that game, the group game of Titans and Padova, when they lost in the last minute. Did you see it? Did you press rewind earlier? Let's find out. Put it on.
attacco. Pallone per Casagrande, da 3 punti, ci prova per il sorpasso sbagliato, c'è il rimbalzo però di Fofano, il tap-in vincente da parte del capitano.
So as you can see, and we're going to explain it to you now, and you're probably going to have to press rewind and watch it again. When Padover, big guy, takes that 3-pointer, he's rolling, and as he takes the 3, his hands are like that. But he stops before the line so his chair doesn't roll over the line. Right in front of Louise Sugden, you've got a WPL and GB Junior coach on the bench watching as well. And obviously Matt Seeley was on court playing at the time. But you've got a team with 3 coaches. It happened right in front of Louise Sugden.
Hold on. And you got 3 referees there.
Yeah.
How they didn't see it, I have no idea.
Well, we're not even in row Z where the camera is. We're back in England watching on the small screen and we still seen it. The foot brake goes down so the 3-point wheel doesn't cross the line. How have you not spotted that? What are you watching?
I don't know.
It's there for everyone to see. Just press around and go and have a look.
So blatant. It's unbelievable. So blatant. It's unbelievable.
Could have won you the game at that crucial moment. But yeah, that's one of the what the fucks.
The next WTF.
It's a double.
It's
a double.
Because we're not only going to give you 1, we're not only going to give you 2, we're going to give you 3. And these are the second and third.
So these 2 are about a classification malfunction. It's seriously wrong. This guy's a 3-pointer. So I'm going to show you the first shot he made. And he plays for Abruzzo Amiaci, Carlo Di Giusto's team in Italy, with Charlie McIntyre and others. The first shot he makes is against Thuringia Bulls from Germany. Just have a look at this shot.
What the fuck? Gabriel, benvenuto un pochino. Sì, più che altro, ripeto, in fase di copertura l'Amicacci deve cercare il più possibile di aumentare l'aggressività in fase difensiva. Ora seguiamo Soufiane Maoui. Ah, benvenuto! L'ho chiamato, l'abbiamo chiamato, segna, subisce fallo, andrà in lunetta con il...
Right, so you saw the shot, knocked off balance, spinning away from the basket, makes the shot and draws the foul. Right? Big guy does it in style. This next shot is the opening points of the next game, which was Abruzzo's team again against Ilunion. Just have a look at this shot he makes over Bill Latham and Ortega.
What the fuck? Scarico fuori per Dimitri Tangli, difficoltà per l'Amicacci. Scadono i 24, va benvenuto, gran canestro.
3-pointer? Are you serious?
He tilted, he swiveled during the tilt, and he made that shot. What is he saying?
A 3-pointer?
He's a 3-pointer. Right, let me get this out there. We named and shamed him during our third eye challenge when we used to do that. He is never a 3-pointer. Now, what makes him a 3-pointer is when he pushes the chair, he looks weak. He's got no shoulders, like Gary Peel. Do you know why he looks that way? Do you remember Phil Craven talking about the classification of the Israelis during 1970-something? The fact that the high pointers couldn't get their everyday chair up a curve.
Yep, I do.
Because they'd never use an everyday chair, so they don't have that skill. It's exactly the same with this guy. He looks weak in the chair because he doesn't use an everyday chair. He walks. He's a bit like Robin Love, another one. Doesn't have an everyday chair, 3.5, walks around. That's why she doesn't look like a 4.5 in a chair. That's why she looks weak, because them shoulder muscles and that pushing technique isn't used day in and day out. That's chair skill. That's exactly the same reason. There is no way on this earth that guy making them shots is a 3.
3.
Let's put it this way.
No chance.
3-pointers. Steve Serio's a 3.5. He can't make that shot. You can't make that shot.
Well, I think both of us
Ian
could.
Sager
Hold on.
was R3.
Before
he
that,
cannot make that shot.
Both of us probably could make that shot, but not like how he made that shot. We couldn't swivel, hold.
No.
You know what I mean? It would have been, as soon as I got the contact, let the ball go. But he was holding, it's just not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. He's not a 3. And that's what we're saying about the classification. It's got to get right.
Yeah.
But we're what do they call it? Talking in deaf ears. Nobody's listening. They think the classification's fine, so you carry on with it.
So then, to wrap the show up, we have got GB players' stats out.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So let's do it alphabetically instead of teams. First up was I.W.B.Delinquents. Now, what you're seeing on the stat on the screen, we're only interested in the bottom one because that's the averages throughout the 4 games of the weekend. So he had 33 minutes, 10 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. Let that sink in. 2 assists. I told you, Manchester use him as bringing the ball up. He's the ball handler for, I'd say, 40% of the possession of Manchester Revolution. He averages 2 assists. Next up, Amy Conroy. Averaged 14 minutes, averaged 2 points, averaged a rebound, and an assist. 14 minutes.
Just think underused, that's all.
Yeah.
I think she's underused.
Now, over in the Champions Cup, Ben Fox.
Just before you go back to that, with Amy, she's a 4. She's underused, and she could play as a 2.5. I don't know why you're not using her more. Why? Like we're saying, don't do that, but you've got it, and you can do it. Underused.
Yeah. Yeah, like you say, a 4, she could be playing as a 2.5. Yeah, underused in a team with 3 coaches. But next up is Ben Fox. As you can see, 22 minutes on average, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He is looking sharp. From what I watched of the games of Albacete, when he came on, he made a difference instantly. He's in tip-top form. If you're looking for players that need to be considered for the starting 5 for the national team, he's on the list.
Just a quick question on Ben, because I love Ben. I love Ben. He's my guy. Do you think it's time for him to change teams?
No.
Something different? A new challenge?
No, there is some that need to change teams, but I wouldn't say he's one of them. I think...
No, just a question. Just a question, that's all.
In with Pratt, in the same team as Phil Pratt, it works for me. It definitely works.
No, because, I'm just going back to the Euros, he barely got a minute.
No. You can't change nationality teams, can he?
No, but it looks like, for me, he barely got a minute. He didn't just go home and say, do you know what? Okay, I'll stick with that. It looks like he's worked hard. He's come back strong. He
makes a difference when he gets on, I tell you. He makes a difference.
Good job, B.
Next up, Charlie Moore for Ilunion. 22 minutes. Didn't really average a point or a rebound. 0.4, 0.6, 0.2. And no, I'm not saying the word. Not after what happened on the last show.
22 minutes.
Charlie McIntyre playing in the Champions Cup. Obviously, he's moved teams from Sassari. He's over with Carlo Di Giusto. One game he got absolutely railroaded by Carlo Di Giusto. And all the time I'm watching him get railroaded, I'm thinking, that is coaching. That's coaching. That's how coaches should act. He made a mistake. He got the hairdryer treatment, right? You won't see that in our national team.
No. Carlos
them days are gone, because we have to consider the mental health of people. We have to consider safeguarding. We have to consider, we don't want to upset these people. No, bullshit. He got it double-barreled and he took it like a gent.
Only going to make him better. Only going to make him better.
Exactly. He averaged 15 minutes a game, 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Not too bad, Charlie, actually. Finley Erskine, we got your stats up this time. Missed him in the last round. That's Finley with Landale. He averages 7 minutes, 4 points, 5 rebounds.
I don't even know what to say. To say, because at the moment Landale not playing great. Yeah, they're not playing great.
I'm going to shock you now, saying
they need some sort of change.
This is how the system works. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Competition stats say he averages 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Yeah? They had 3 games that weekend. He played 9 minutes in 1 game. He didn't play again in 2. He didn't play in 2 games. He only played in 1 game for 9 minutes.
But this is what I'm saying. He definitely needs to change teams.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's going nowhere. He's just comfortable. Like, even in the league, I think if we get his league stats up, they're probably even worse.
Yeah. Then we've got Greg Warburton.
Odd one, him, this weekend. I don't know if he's carrying an injury or what. I'm not sure.
Well, let's get to that in a sec. His stats say he averages 34 minutes a game. He averages 14 points, 3 assists, and 10 assists and 3 rebounds. Well, let's talk about Greg. Maybe one of you fans out there could comment when we post this on Facebook and tell us what's wrong with Greg. He had 3 games that weekend. He played 2 of them. Since that EuroCup weekend, they've had 2 league games in Spain. He hasn't played. Now, we reached out to, what's his name? DC. And obviously he spat his dummy out because we've said how shit his commentating is. And he's still doing it wrong. So, he's giving us the cold shoulder. Even though he thinks he's the Oracle. So, what about a message out to Greg Warburton? We know you watch the show. Why don't you just have the brass inbox us and tell us what's happened with you? We want to know regarding the World Championships. Is it an injury? Is your chair goosed? So we are.
No, don't look like his chair. Cheers.
Or better still, Saints. Darren, come on, grow a set. Stop following the page from a distance. Just inbox us and tell us what's wrong with you, Greg.
Yeah, we want him
that was Greg Warburton.
We want him to be in fine fickle for the Euro finals and the Worlds, for sure.
Let's rephrase that. We don't want him. We need him.
All right, so we need him, yeah, but we want him as well because
GB need him.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up was Karl Marsh down in EuroCup 3. They had an easy week, to be honest. He averaged 24 points, 24 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists.
Standard.
Yeah, it was standard. Next up, Lee Fryer. He averaged 40 minutes.
His stats must be off the chart.
He nearly averaged a triple-double. Get hold of this, Saint. He averaged 40 minutes a game, 27 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, and 9 assists a game.
Wow. No, he had a hell of a weekend, to be fair. And if he carries on like that, Yeah. I hope we see him in the Worlds playing at that level.
Yeah. Now, the next one is Lee Manning.
Got something in my nose.
Oh, Lee Manning. It's like... Do you know what Lee Manning reminds me of?
A tree?
This is me way to describe Lee Manning. I go to McDonald's and I order a Big Mac. And I tell the man on the speaker, I don't want no gherkins. And a Big Mac usually comes with 2 or 3 gherkins on, yeah? And when I get home, just to double check that, because the sticker on the box says no gherkins, and I'm made up. And I get home, and I open the box,
and the
Big Mac's got 6 gherkins on. That's Lee Manning. I swear to God. I look at him, and I think, oh, the size of him, the ability. And then you watch him play, and oh my God, it's painful. Nothing has changed since Dubai. He hasn't adapted his game since Dubai in 2020.
If he was drafting, and let's put this analogy. If he was drafting and you saw him without seeing him play,
yeah,
and you're looking for a big man, he's all that you want in it.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you see him play 4 or 5 games, you'll go,
oh.
There's no change in his
If I was
game.
coaching him, I'd say to him, listen, during the next camp, make sure your parents are here. You're going to need support. That's what I'd say to him.
It's just not changed. There's no change in his game. What did he average? Give me his numbers. Before we
8 points.
Hold on.
7
Before
rebounds,
we criticise, 8.7 rebounds. What do you think he should be averaging?
Well, considering he's the biggest player in the world of wheelchair basketball, he should be averaging 20 plus. And he should be averaging a double-double in rebounds as well. By a country mile. An absolute country mile. I don't care whatever he averages in Champions Cup, he should average for GB as well. It should be identical. Because he's the biggest player in the world. Do you know what reduces his stats?
Yeah, I do.
Reversing. Because he gets a big guy on him, reverses to a stupid position under the basket, demands the ball, gets it, and then realises, well, actually, I can't score from where I am. And then just tries to throw something up.
It's chair positioning. I've had this conversation with him.
Awful.
I've had this conversation with him, and his reply is, oh, but that's what they want me to do.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Your chair position is crap. You don't have a post-up shot. You don't have a solid post-up shot. Like,
yep.
I'm going to put him in because he's the same. He is bigger than Simon. Simon was not a very clever player. Yeah.
Predictable.
He was predictable, but he could read the game for what he needed to do. He would never, ever get in a bad position to make a shot.
No.
I don't remember once him having a bad position. He'd never go, you could say whatever you like about the big fella, but the big fella, you knew where he was always going to be. He developed his post-up game, so he has a post-up shot. This kid has been playing this game for so long, and he doesn't have a post-up shot.
Yeah.
He could just stand by one of these little minions and have a but he doesn't have anything.
Well, this has happened just by chance, right, Saint? So we've just spoke about Lee Manning, yeah? Doesn't even average a double-double in the stats, right? The next player up, Oscar Knight, who was playing EuroCup 3, averaged 26 minutes, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4.7 assists.
And Oscar Knight don't have none of the ability Lee has. Oscar Knight's just a smart player.
That's the difference. He plays with his head.
Smart player, knows his limitations, never gets in a bad position to take a shot. There's a big difference.
Now, going back to what you said earlier about Finley Erskine not being at the right team, it's the same with Oscar Knight. If he's not starting, then that coach doesn't know what he's doing. I know we don't like Manuel.
Manuel's an idiot.
No, he runs up and down. Do you know what I don't understand about him? He's running up and down the bench. The team's attacking at the other end, and he's shouting instructions out. Have you ever took an instruction during an offense at the opposite end from your bench, from your coach?
No, I've taken instruction as I'm going down the court, where the coach, you hear him shout something, Like,
Fucking.
it's just the most bizarre thing running up and down.
They all do it. They all do it. Ilunium's coach does it. But Oscar Knight, he needs to be playing Champions Cup. Get out of that team. They're just slowing your progression, mate. I'm telling you, Oscar.
To be fair, he should be playing 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody better on that team than him in what his position is. Look at the numbers he's got, and he's not even playing huge minutes. Just ridiculous.
There's another one. Currently at Albacete, the Champion Cup champions, Peter Kuzak. Now, he's getting a sniff of minutes. He averages 5 minutes. He averages 2 points, 1 rebound, no assists. Why he went to that team, I'll never know.
Is it because money?
I just don't know.
Are they going just because of money and not because of how much they're going to develop and play?
Yeah. If he's gone there for money, well then, enjoy shopping. If you've gone there to become a better baller, look at your stats, look at your game, look at what you're doing when you're on. You can't even go away and video analyse what he's done because he hardly gets on. Yeah. He gets charity minutes. You want to be a baller, go and be a leader at a team, not a bench warmer. That's Peter Kuzak. Next one's Phil Pratt. 38 minutes, 7 rebounds, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 16 assists. To be honest,
see, I like Phil, but the scoring numbers have got to go up.
Yeah,
the assists are great, but we got to add 10 points to those scoring numbers, and then you're making a difference.
Yeah,
great player, doing all the right things. Just need to add on the score.
Yeah, and then last two, Robin Love. Averaged 22 minutes, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Nothing else to say on that. Last but not least, Terry Bywater. Well, he's got to be a talking point, saying he averages 11 minutes, 6 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists.
I don't know what to say.
The
only reason, for me, it just looks like he's staying at that Alunia just because that's where he's always been. I'm sure he's got much more in the tank than him. Like, I can't understand why they're playing that big. I don't even know what his name is. Yasso. He's fucking useless.
Yeah.
He's just
big.
He's just big. If he wasn't big, he wouldn't be playing. Who would I rather have him or Terry? Terry all day long. That guy's terrible. You know what I mean? He doesn't even deserve to be in a Champions League team.
The final picture of today's show is dedicated to our friend, Mr. Andy Blake.
Come on, you Spurs!
There it is. What's that road sign, Saint?
Walthamstow.
1, Tottenham 3. Is that the future of the mighty Spurs? Well, we'll leave that one with you.
Yeah. Hey, guys, that's all for now. Because there's nothing else we can say. Walthamstow 1, Tottenham
3.
3. BWB, is it time for change? Guys, we're going to see you on the next show. I hope you enjoyed this show. We'll be back next month. Sayonara!